To finish the story of Subnautica Below Zero, you need to find 3 architect components: the skeleton, the tissue and the organs. And in this video I'm going to talk about how you can get every single one of them, by telling you the route you need to take, what hostile creatures you will need to get past, and some recommendations in terms of vehicles you can use. Let's get right into it. The architect skeleton. If you stay about 50 meters away from the Delta Station dock beacon and point yourself one click left of southeast, you will eventually arrive at this very big piece of land. And if you look down, you will see a crack which is exactly where you wanna go. And keep going until you reach this area, from which you want to stay in the middle of those rocks and then go into the cave that is located 2 clicks right of west. Just advance into the cave, and when it gets deeper you go deeper, until you reach this area, where you want to take a right. And you will soon see this sanctuary where the architect skeleton is located. The creatures you will need to look out for are the lily paddlers and the squid sharks. In terms of vehicles, I recommend you have the sea truck, with the mandatory Mark II upgrade. This was the easiest component to get. Now we get the harder ones. The architect organs. If you stay about 100 meters away from the Delta Station dock beacon and point yourself 3 clicks right of southeast, you will arrive at the stern of the Mercury 2 ship, where if you stay on top of this ball right here and point yourself 1 click right of northeast, you will find yet another piece of the Mercury 2 ship, but this time it will have a crack right underneath it. You basically want to go inside this crack, just go forward, and when it gets deeper, you go deeper. Just go forward until you reach this giant purple vent, which you want to go past. And just like that, you have entered the crystal caverns. Here, you will need to be very careful of the shadow leviathans that patrol this area. I figured that the easiest way to get to the base where the architect organs are located is to always stay close to the left wall. I recommend that you sometimes enter these holes in the ground when you see them, so that you avoid the shadow leviathans, but don't forget to always go to the left. If everything goes well, you will eventually enter this area where there are a lot of crystals clumped together. You basically want to go here, enter this cave right here, and after advancing through this cave, you will eventually arrive at the architect organs that you need to scan. The hostile creatures you will encounter are pretty obvious: the shadow leviathan and also some rock punchers if you stay close to the ground. In terms of the vehicles, I still recommend the sea truck, but this time with the max depth upgrade, the Mark III, and I also very highly recommend the perimeter defense system, so that you can defend yourself in case one of those shadow leviathans attacks you. Okay, good news and bad news. The good news is that we have only one more architect component to go. The bad news is that the last one is also the hardest one to get to. The architect tissue. Before we go for the last component, make sure you have the hydraulic fluid. If you stay about 50 meters away from the Delta Station dock beacon and point yourself 1.5 clicks right of west, you will end up at the antenna tower near Phi Robotics. Now is the best time to build a snow fox, if you plan on using one. When you are ready, come to this bridge and insert the hydraulic fluid. And extend the bridge. The first thing that you want to do after you cross the bridge is go straight forward, right there. After doing that, you will end up here, and you want to go 2 clicks right of northwest. After going for some time, you will start to see precursor stuff. Just keep going in between those walls right here, until you end up here, where you want to go 2 clicks right of northeast. And be careful, because this is where an attack happens, usually. Then you want to go through here, and when you end up here, you want to go 1 click right of north. When you reach this precursor tech, you want to make a right, and eventually you will end up at this very big area right here, where you want to go straight north. If you meet this on the way, that means you're on the right track. And soon after that, you will find this crack in the ice, where you want to go through. And at this split, you want to make a left. And after you make a left, you will see this locked door, where if you go through it, you will find the tissue right here. The creatures you will need to look out for are the ice worm and the snow stalker. As a vehicle, I strongly recommend the snow fox. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and comment down below which of those architect components gave you the most headaches to find. And I will see you in the next video that I post. Take care.